Hello, back again. Today I'm going to be getting acquainted with my rotational families. So I manage my rotational gameplay in Notion with my Sim Guardian system, which we see here. So I have all of the households that I want to play collected in the save file record that I have saved in my Sim Guardian. So that would be Keith's save file. So here I have all the households. I have some notes about my rotational gameplay, and then I have the households listed in the rounds that they are determined for. So I want to start with the fox household, then the wolf household, grow family, and so forth. So it's 6 households in total that I want to play in rotation. And they're also listed here in general under the management tab, also other households in the save file. But currently, like, I'm focusing on these 6, and that's why they're in my rotational gameplay. They're marked for my rotation. And so the plan is first to get to know each household a bit better first, like build relationships between each of the households in The Sims, just play with them a little bit. As you see in my notes, that was the goal, also to find a common goal between them. I found that. So that would be they collectively want to raise 200,000 simoleons for an animal rescue and training center. So long story short, there is a wonderful horse ranch lot that I really wanted really badly for one of my households, for Sienna and Keith. They couldn't afford it, and so I thought up with this idea that everybody would raise a bunch of money for it, under the ploy that it's for an animal rescue center. Well, I mean, it's also going to be for an animal rescue center. There's a good, like, fourth worth of the lot that will be used, like a quarter of the lot will be used for an animal rescue center. But, like, if I'm being real, it was just a way to get them to move in quicker. But I actually found an even quicker way, because, I mean, raising 200K even between 6 households is still a bit of a challenge. Like, I would have had each household, so as you can see, we have certain characters that would have led raising 20K worth of simoleons with their various hobbies and whatnot, and then Nancy would have, like, pitched in with 100K to get us over the stretch. But I actually ended up deciding, thanks to a comment under one of my videos, that I could have Nancy, so the land grabs, just own that ranch, and so instead the family just rents it out, and that's what we ultimately did. So this is the family ranch. It's pretty expensive, over 200, and so 222,000 simoleons is what they would need if they wanted to buy it outright, which is still a goal, because renting is nice, but they want to have full control over the lot. And it would also be an income opportunity for them, because there is also a small house on the lot, so a second home that they could rent out. And so it's a win-win. The animal rescue would be more or less a nonprofit, but they could still have some income from the home as well. So it's how they've talked themselves into it being a good investment and stuff like that. So this is Keith and Sienna, basically. And so if you haven't been following along on my YouTube channel previously, and so the goal is to get to know all the other households better as well, and to play them a little bit more, and to also foster those relationships between the households, because that's really important for my rotational gameplay. I want everything to feel cohesive, and I want it to feel like a community. And I've also already, with the help of Enneagram personality types, I've already brainstormed a little bit about what kind of relationships people could have with each other, and so I have that in the back of my mind as well. But I want to actually play and flesh it out in the game as well, so make what is in my mind actually happen, and then as we go along, track everything, of course, in my Sim Guardian, make sure I keep track of the storyline, how things are evolving. And then, so once the ball's rolling, I want to actually start playing in the traditional sense of rotational gameplay. So I will turn aging on for everyone. I will play the households in order. I will play each household roughly for a week, and then change households on Sunday at 3 a.m. And then, yeah, it looks like I'm going to keep neighborhood stories disabled. So I have settings for at the start. So right now I'm getting to know the families first. So I will swap them at any time. Aging turned off for everyone, because I don't want anybody to age up, or to, well, I guess people could potentially still die along the way, right? But I don't want anything dramatic happening while I'm getting a feel for things, so I don't want anybody to age. And I must admit, I'm one of those Sims that has a really hard time turning aging off because I just get emotionally attached, especially when you put this much effort and time into them, right? I'm putting in a storyline, I'm giving them purpose, and they have like Enneagram personality types, so I kind of feel like they are becoming more and more like feeling like three-dimensional characters. And so yeah, it's always been hard for me to turn aging off when you play for a long time with certain Sims, but starting with aging. Oh yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to turn with aging on. So I'm starting with aging off, and then I will turn it on because I want to actually make progress. I want them to age up. I want them to have children. I want to have multiple generations. So the Fox household is, I would say, the leading legacy here. So they're the only family that I've recorded a legacy for thus far, and that's also the family tree we have up here. So I don't know who Sienna and Umber Grove's parents are. So Sienna and Umber are brothers and sisters. So if I click on this, we'll actually have a larger view. So the mother or the parents basically of Umber and Sienna are unknown, but they're here as a placeholder in the family tree. And then we have, of course, Keith, who is engaged to Sienna. These are like the stars of my story at the moment. So Keith in particular. And then Juniper is the wife of Umber. They have two children, Ren Grove, who's a child, and Louis, who is a baby at the moment. I think he was just not fresh born. And so that is the family constellation we have at the moment. Keith being the leading man and the head of the Fox legacy. So that's basically the legacy I will be nurturing the most and considering as a legacy. So in my save files, I like to, so if I have a family that I really feel connected to, I end up considering them a legacy and following their descendants and their legacy and their bloodline and everything. But for the most part, households are just households and families are families, and I don't particularly create a family tree for them or create a legacy record for them in the Sim Guardian. But for this family, for the Fox family, they are the stars. And I might be doing the same for the other households as well in the Sim Guardian. So I just click here to remove that blue background. So for perhaps the Grove family, or maybe, I don't know, one of these families, I might end up coming up with a legacy for them. But for now, it's just Fox. And so that's where we are right now. And the common goal, let's just dive into that real quick so you're up to speed. So like I said, it is going to be an animal rescue center, animal rescue and training center that they want to raise money for. So it's this ranch that they're raising the money for. So the ranch already is owned by Nancy, and so Keith and Sienna have already moved into it. I don't know actually if I go on a tangent sometimes. Did I even explain that just now? So basically, Nancy owns it outright, and so she's renting it out to Keith and Sienna. So they live in the main like home on the lot. So like I said, there's two of them actually. Both are being rented out to different tenants, and one of those tenants is Keith and Sienna. So they live in the big home, and they are trying to strike up a relationship with Nancy to get her to collaborate with them on turning this part of the ranch into an animal rescue center, so that they can build on it, so that they have more control over that lot of the land. And I think they've made a bit of progress on that. So I can look here. So I have memories collected in the save file here, and also within the household. And so if I close this household section, and I go to lore, I think, so I've been playing them a little bit. So this is of their love story, and then they moved into their dream home. And yes, so they've already had a conversation with Nancy, who Lucas was also there. So Lucas Wolf is one of the households that I'm going to be playing in rotation. He also plays a role in raising that 200K for that common goal. But yeah, so they already shared their plans with Nancy and Lucas for the Animal Rescue Center. And I think Nancy was on board. Let me just click on this real quick, what I had jotted down. I mean, she is going to be on board because that's how I want things to go. And I'm the watcher, so I determine. Did I write any notes on that? Let's see. So if I just make this bigger. So it's a bit squished, my Sim Guardian here, just so that I can share 3 windows on one screen. But when I usually play, I have it a bit larger so that things aren't this squished, but I can do. So it says basically here that Sienna dreams of running an animal rescue center on the horse ranch, but since she and Keith don't own the property, they need permission and support. Exactly. Yes, Nancy is open to working with the couple, especially with Keith. Okay. And that's because, as you can see in the photos here, the screenshots that were collected, once Nancy dropped foot on the lot and met Keith for the first time, so this was at the front gate before she even entered the premises and met her new tenants. She met Keith first, and yeah, she was smitten. So she's very attracted to Keith. Keith is very in love and loyal to Sienna, so I don't see anything happening or budging there. But maybe Nancy thinks she can make something happen. I don't know. She seems to be a bit of the, scrupulous type. She doesn't really care much what stones she has to leave unturned. If she wants something, she gets it. At least in my mind, that's the kind of sim she is. So yeah, we'll see what she tries to do there, because the thing is, like I said, we have the common goal for the Animal Rescue Center. I just decided, everybody's going to pitch in with some monies, and Nancy was going to be a sponsor for 100K. And now, of course, things have changed ever so slightly because they already are on the lot, but I still want Nancy to be a large contributor, and I want her to kind of be manipulative in this. So she's sponsoring quite a lot of money, and I think she wants to have more control over the center than maybe one would like. And I think so she's an Enneagram personality type 3, which means she's all about her image and boosting that up, and maybe even over embellishing her accomplishments and things she's done in life, because she just wants to look great as a person of value. And I mean, she's definitely a person of monetary value. But so she wants, I think, to have this animal rescue center, she wants to come off as very charitable. She wants that to contribute that to her image. And so that's the plan. That's like, I think for me, what is in the back of her mind, is her reasoning for participating. Is she, for one, wants to have her brand image improved with it, because, she's seen as charitable. She's, helping such a great cause with such a generous, sponsorship. She also, I think, wants to have control over it, in a sense that maybe she uses it also for her own personal gain. Maybe not necessarily to earn money, because it is more or less a nonprofit. But yeah, and then maybe also she'll use it as leverage to get with Keith, or to involve herself with Keith in some way, or to get like a landlord with benefits situation going on. I do not know, but maybe. I don't think Keith is going to play around with that. I don't know. Okay, we're deeply, deeply in love. Well, Keith is deeply, deeply in love with Sienna. She's like his soulmate. They're like made for each other. So I don't see him buckling under any pressure from Nancy, but I still want to cause some drama there. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, so that's Nancy's contribution. And then we have some other Sims who are each, a part of those households that I said I'm going to play in rotation. And so Juniper is a fan of collecting, so she's going to be collecting collectibles and selling them off to earn a lot of money. Leslie is an artist. She'll be hosting an artist workshop. And then anything that is created within that workshop, or in general, she will be selling off and using that money to go towards the cause. Keith is a musician. And so he will use any proceeds from his music career to finance the Animal Rescue Center. So he's a musician. He is also working as a landscaper. So he's got a couple of how would you say, stokes in the pot, in the cauldron, or something like that. And so he's going to use his music proceeds for this. Christopher, he owns the Moonwood trading post here. So I don't think he officially owns it yet in the game. I still need to do that in the game, but he will own it, and he will use any proceeds that come from that store he will use for the cause. And then Lucas, last but not least, he's more of a loner. He's more to himself, and I think I'm actually currently playing his household, so we can go in there right now. And I'm setting him up to be a writer or photographer, something like that, and then anything he earns from that will go towards the cause. I think I might have him become a journalist. So anything like that, that'll go, of course, for his own income, so he can live and pay rent, or like buy groceries. But anything extra, like in his free time, if he writes a book or if he takes photos, those would be real sold and used for the cause. And actually, I think I already played a little bit with that. So I can actually go back here and I'll open up the household from Lucas. I could have sworn I sold some pictures because yeah, he took some pictures last time I played with him, and I think I wanted to keep. Oh yeah, here they are. They're on the wall. So, oh, quite a few of them. And I want to sell them. Yeah, I was actually in the process of selling them, exactly. Because I want to use the money that he gets from selling these publications, which is not going to be a lot, but I want that to already be something that he's collecting for that pot, for the cause. But then here are some photos he wants to keep. This is a photo of the cabin that Keith actually bought and renovated. So it was an abandoned cabin. It looked a bit dinged up. And so Keith renovated it. And there's now a couple living in this home because they're renting this place out. So they don't live there anymore. And so if I just put the walls up, let's see. Yeah, no, I think those are the only photos. Oh, no, there's one. Yeah, so he took a photo. So Lucas took these 3 photos. They're all in the neighborhood here of where he lives in Moonwood Mill. So this is what we're working with. It's currently Saturday, day 14, fall, and yeah, that is what we currently have also in our little calendar here in the Sim Guardian. So we're up to date there. And oh, so it is, if I was playing Keith right now, he'd have his landscaper shift today. So that's good to know. He's working, getting that money. So let's close this off. And then what I wanted to do, yes, I wanted to check out Lucas because I wanted to see if I had already recorded those transactions that he's going to be earning right now. So the Wolf household. So let me see if I can just make this a smidge bigger. Yeah, so household transactions, I can see photo sales to publisher. So 10 is what I expected, 10 simoleons, not a lot. But I think, let's see, if I open this, come on, how do I, just gonna scroll here. It's a bit snug here, so I'm just gonna open it up. And then I can properly press on that open button. There we go. Because, yeah, exactly. So it's also connected to that achievement. So anything like a career, a skill, a project. So this is the race 200K is a project logged in Sim Guardian. Anything like that is considered an achievement. And then any transactions a sim makes in relation to that achievement can be logged, and that was the case here. So he, the photo sales he made from selling those photographs to the publisher have also gone to the achievement, so the project of raising money for the center. So I've already taken that into account, so that's good. And so I can just let him sell those off. In the meantime, and I guess that's the household we're playing right now. It's the Lucas Wolf household. And yeah, again, he's a bit shy. So take this away. Put this away. Oh, I don't care. I hope we are able to turn these events off eventually because it's kind of annoying. Because I don't really play with them. To be honest, I just grab like mods. If I wanted any of the extra content, then I would just grab a mod that lets me have it. Because like for these events, I really wish and hope they bring back the festival ones, like musical ones, where you have actual gameplay. Like I don't want gameplay that is like quests-ish. Like that's not my favorite type of event or anything that particularly interests me. I prefer new gameplay, like where my Sims can actually go to an event. You know what I mean? Like go to the festival. That was so much fun. And so unique. And so that's something that I hope comes back. That Sim session where they had like a little concert that they went to. That I thought was really cool. And I hope that comes back. But so, let's see. Winter Welcome. Yeah, so I'm playing the, what do you call it? The Beyond Bloom save file. Yes, he likes gardening, that's fine. And so that save file, wait, no, not notebook. That save file has a bunch of holidays already put in it, and I actually haven't really dug into those holidays. But wait, I can filter items, because as you can see, it's a bit overwhelming with all these darn festivals. Let's just do holidays. Okay, perfect. So I definitely want to delete that stupid talk like a pirate day. I think that's stupid. So it's currently underway. Okay. Okay, well, I'll delete it another time then. But I think it's really unnecessary. So, well, not my favorite thing. But winter welcome, family day, winter break, winter's eve, winterfest, New Year's Eve. That sounds nice. Earth day, spring cleaning, self-care day. Mm-hmm. Poolside splash. Yeah, I think mm, so far pizza day I might take out. Bonfire night out, summer break. Yeah, I think other than that pirate one and maybe the pizza one, I might keep the pizza one. I think Fallen Leaves Day sounds. What do we do there? Okay, cleaning. I like that. Okay. Other than that, I'm okay with those holidays, and I can actually put them in my calendar as well. So I have Oh, I forgot. I want to actually start a sim session, so I'll do that here because I'm starting to play the game, right? So I want to log that, and so I just have to add that here. So log first what game I'm playing and which save file, and then I can click on start, and then it'll record that I'm playing. So that's how I can keep track of how often when I play certain save files in certain games. But coming back to this, so if I'm on key save file, now I've lost my train of thought. What did I want to do again? Darn it. What was it about? I don't know. But isn't that cool? When I say that I'm playing a session, it updates here on when I last played. So that's cool. But what did I want to do? So I was here, and I wanted something that I get access to quicker when I'm on the save file. Oh my god. What was it? I can't remember. I don't know. It'll come back if it was important. Oh yes, now I know. Okay, yeah, the calendar. Yeah. So if I wanted to, I could add holidays to the calendar here. So I have a calendar set up in my save file record so that I can keep track of the days that go by, and I can add them to memories as well, so I can like record which in-game date actually happened on a certain memory. But apart from that, I could also associate holidays with certain days, and I have also current year and current era. So that's how I keep track of time in my games. But yeah, for them, I haven't invested much time in the holidays yet, just because they were already set up for me in the game anyway, so I didn't have to put in much thought. And for me, so far, it's enough to have them in the game. But if I want, like, if there's like a special event connected to a holiday, I might put it in there because then I can see that, how do you say that? Togetherness. And also, if I put a holiday in there, I should also be able to see it here, so that would be cool. So yeah. So I'm just gonna take a quick note in my other notepad for my stream. Okay, so what's he doing? So let's just pause real quick. He is getting water, but how's he doing? So something I want to do with him, because so he's a loner, he's gloomy, he's socially awkward. He's also a werewolf. He's like a beginner werewolf or something like that. And actually, what are his little... He is sensitive hearing and anti-capitalist. Okay. Rejects the daily grind. Okay, so it doesn't sound like he'd be too fond of me giving him a career, which he has. He is a writer. He has to earn money somehow. I mean, he has a good chunk of cash already. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Did I record his... Yes, I re-recorded his funds, so I can keep track of his transactions. And that's also a cool thing. In my save file record here, I can see, where is it? There's a leaderboard somewhere. Yeah, I can see how rich people are, like what's the distribution of wealth. And I can see Keith is currently has the highest net worth. So that is his income, or his current funds plus any properties he owns. And so that could be a business property, that could be his home. And then funds is straight up just who has the highest amount of funds, like cash on hand. And we see who has the lowest funds. I'm actually using the, what do you call it? The SNB Bank mod. so that some of my Sims can have like separate accounts. So Sienna and Keith actually have a joint savings account. And so not all of their money is necessarily shown in the corner in the game, but I do have it logged in total here in the Sim Guardian, so I can see who's worth how much, so that you can see, at least for the ones I've logged it so far. So that's also when I want to get to know the different households, and I can log all of this information as I go. And so that is fun. But when I look at him, so I think I've logged all of his information, all of his details, but I'll just check that right now. So we have his life goal, which is to become a werewolf initiate. So he's completed 2 of those 4 goals so far. So he's 50% in. I've recorded his career, all of his skills, and that's another thing. So with his skills, so I'll actually make this big. I'll make his profile large since I'm playing. So sometimes I like to play in the household profile view, especially if I have multiple Sims in a household, because then I can, click and control any one of them within that view. But if I'm just playing a household with just one Sim, then I might as well just be on their profile, where I can update things and whatnot. So his different skills, we have charisma. So what I thought was interesting, especially now looking at he doesn't like capitalism and all that stuff. It sounds like he'd prefer to do something more on his own, maybe. Maybe he could get into gemology and herbalism. So those are skills that he's quite good at, and they're outdoorsy-ish. I mean, herbalism for sure. Gardening. Yeah, I could get him into herbalism and gardening. I think those are 2 skills that would suit him well. But again, remember what I was saying about the common goal? And I thought also, like, if he was a writer, journalist, he could work towards, like, maybe discovering scandals, and maybe because he's a bit of a kind of fly on the wall type of guy, so I can imagine he kind of blends in. I mean, he doesn't look like he blends in. I mean, he's pretty cute, but you know what I mean. He's more like, he's quiet, he's to himself, he doesn't like put himself in the center of attention, and so he might be the type of Sim that could be in a corner somewhere, somebody doesn't realize he's there, and they blurt out like some business, a secret that they didn't want anybody to know, and then he hears it and he's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like I feel like he's the kind of person that might overhear something and get some information that could be useful to help somebody, or because I don't think he'd be the type of person that would blackmail somebody, but he could use the information to save somebody else from harm or whatever. So I was thinking about that, and that's why I kind of went in the direction of having him be a writer slash photographer, journalist. But I'm thinking maybe he's more of a gardener and herbalist. I mean, that seems like he's already out the gate has those skills, and so I think I'll let him keep that writers. Well, he doesn't have to work for another 24 hours, and so we have 24 hours to decide, and then we can always quit his job before he even starts, and then go full on gardening and herbalism. And so, what are we working with actually? So I'm sipping a tea while we're at it. So we have here already some plots where stuff is planted. We're going on fall, winter, so I don't know how much longer the plants will survive outside. And also, to be honest, with herbalism, I haven't really played with that skill before. What is even the difference? So let's see if it gives me some information here. So gardening, obviously, you garden, you plant stuff, and you let them grow, and you take care of the plants. What is herbalism? So where rare and wondrous herbs aren't just leafy greens, ingredients. It's built by identifying herbs after collecting them and brewing remedies on the grill or stove. That sounds like a lot of work. Like with Juniper, I mentioned she's going to be a collector. I don't really play with the collecting side of things in the game because I'm just lazy. I'm so lazy. I prefer more of the creative kind of things. Like gemology is something that I think would be interesting because you have the opportunity to like mix and match and choose different gems with different stones or metals and stuff like that. I think that's fun and interesting. And you create something with art and writing. I mean, or with photography, you get to choose the what you actually take a photo of, and you actually get to take the photo as the watcher. So I think, I hope you don't hear that too much. It's really stormy here outside, and it's just making all sorts of noise. But yeah, so I don't know how much fun that'll be, but I mean, I can't knock it till I've tried it, right? And I really have never tried that part of the game yet. And it's something he obviously is keen on, so I might as well just try. So, let's see. He's got a valerian plant. Valerian, it's a magical bush. And a mandrake. He is a werewolf, so that makes sense for him to have like magical items here. But herbalism seems like something he would collect while being out and about, and then brew remedies on the griller stove. But let's see, in his inventory, he has nothing that looks like it would be relevant to brewing or herbs. I wonder if these are like herbs. What is that? It doesn't seem like something he could interact with. So let's just scope out the area. I mean, he's in a place where I would expect herbs to be. It looks foresty. Let's see if we can find anything. Oh, look, little mushrooms. Or no, what is that? Potato. Oh no, they're not yet planted. Okay. How does one go about looking for herbs? I'm just gonna Google this real quick because I have no idea. Just going to Google real quick where to find herbs in the Sims world. So you can purchase certain things, I guess it says. So it came with Outdoor Retreat, which I've had for the longest. I literally bought it when it came out, and I still haven't played with the herbalism still, which is crazy. So it says something about Hermit's location. So collecting is the first thing you should do to get started with the skill. Later, brewing recipes will get you to level 10. They're naturally the primary component of these recipes, so the herbs, but some require regular gardening produce. Some require insects. Okay. Finding herbs is easy, it says. Just search around with the camera low and watch for plants that sparkle. So if your sim has gardening level 5, you can not only harvest the plants, but also take cuttings so that you can graft them onto other existing plants and get more of them later on by incorporating them into your garden. Okay, so I have to look for like sparkly stuff. And I also need insects, it seems. Okay, so indeed, looking at the ground was the way to go. Let's see if we can find anything. Wait, I'm going to be a bit more systematic about this. So we're going to start at his home. And it should be sparkling when I find something relevant. Don't see anything. Well, these are some mushrooms. I mean, it's no harm in collecting that. But it doesn't seem like I can. Look, it's like, oh. It's got like a little red circle crossed out, so maybe you have to be on a lot, but I mean, I can't imagine because all of this is like free open lot that I should be able to. Or maybe let's just go here. Let's see if I go closer to it, I can collect it. Doesn't change anything. One of my favorite spots in this neighborhood is right over here. So At this dock here. Keith, when he used to live in Moonwood Mill, he used to go fishing here all the time. It's really gorgeous. Isn't it? Oh, just isn't it stunning? Let me just get all these notifications out the way. Isn't this just gorgeous? And I think I'm gonna make the UI a bit smaller. It's taking up quite a lot of space. So that's fine. Yeah, but isn't this gorgeous? Oh. I mean, I do have a G-shade preset, so that's taking some of the credit, I must say, for why it's so gorgeous. But isn't it just beautiful? Moonwood Mill, beautiful, beautiful place. But see, let's see. I feel like I should be able to collect this. Why is it like this? Okay, I'm going to Google. Or I'm gonna also have him just go here real quick. Maybe that's the issue. It's taking a sweet time. Oh, no, there he is. No, I still can't collect it, so I'm gonna Google real quick why I can't collect certain plants. And if you're noticing that it gets dark when I sometimes on the screen for the game, that's just because when I click out of the game window, the G shade isn't being applied to it anymore. So that's why. Because I'm on my browser right now, so you can't see that window, but I'm currently looking on can't pick plants Sims 4. Yeah, I can't harvest wild plants. Let's see. Hmm. Maybe it's not harvestable or something? Can't pick wild plants. Moonwood Mill. I feel like I should, like those mushrooms. I feel like I should have been able to take them. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find anything sparkly. Maybe I'm just in the wrong, what do you call it, world for it? But I can't imagine. I mean, this seems like the perfect world to find herbs. It's so foresty, right? It's definitely giving me forest vibes. Where are we? Oh, and this is the Moonwood Trading Post, which I think is fabulous lot. I got this from the gallery, and it's so nice. It's really nice. Like, I love how you have here like a music area, a little fireplace area, and you have a bunch of stalls where vendors can be and whatnot. And then we have inside like this bit here has like a little itty bitty bakery area, and then we have like a thrift store in here, and we have like a back room that I'm actually going to turn into like a workshop area where Leslie can hold her artist workshop. So I think that's gonna be really cool. It's just perfect. It's gonna be so perfect. And then this was already in the world when I downloaded the save file. So from Analia, who made the Beyond Blooming save file or something like that. And yeah, it's really cool. Like, I love how it just perfectly fits this world and the werewolf vibe and all that stuff. And it's like a great place to go. And it also has a couple of like here I think it goes underground, and it's almost like a dance area, I think. And here's also a room. It's really cool. And actually, since I'm showing you around, I think somewhere here we also have where Christopher lives. Yeah, Christopher lives here with Lily, and I forgot the kid's name, but they're actually all roommates. He took them in, and this actually looks, I've never been on this lot. This looks dope. Look at that. I love that. That's so cool. That's so cool. I've never actually been inside the lot. I mean, or maybe shortly, but I literally like 2 seconds. So I didn't really take time to actually look at what I was looking at. But this is cool. Yeah, I've only taken a photo of it quickly, and I think it was like this. And so I didn't even realize what was going on here. That you have here, this whole movie setup. Really cool. Really nice. But yeah, so I can't wait to get into that household. And then we wrap around, and I think we should be back where, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is where Lucas lives. And then here is the abandoned cabin that was from Keith. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I've actually, so it was pretty basic inside the furnishings. They basically only fixed up the floorboards, repainted the walls and stuff like that. But they didn't add too much furniture in it. And with the new couple that's moved in, well, a first couple moved in and they were shit. Like they trashed the place twice. And the second time they didn't want to pay the fine, so they got the boot. It was actually an elderly couple where you wouldn't expect it, but okay, they were like that, and so they got kicked. And so now we have a younger couple that moved in, and they're quite lovely. And I feel like they're going to stay here forever, also because I turned off those stupid events. Because it was getting annoying. Because this cursed book event came up. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. Especially because the cursed book wasn't anywhere to be found. And then I Googled it, and supposedly it's a bit buggy. Especially like if you were to destroy the book, the bugs or the curse that comes with the book like stays with your sim forever. No matter what, it's like, oh my god. So I like turned off these random events that can happen for tenants. I could do that in the settings somewhere. And so this is going to be a couple that's going to stay here for a while. And it's just such a cozy little place, I think. So this was actually built by Wolf X Streamer. I saw it on YouTube and I thought, oh my god, this is perfect. Like a perfect little starter home for Keith. Of course, I got greedy and immediately wanted him to move elsewhere. And he actually ended up moving in with Sienna, who had a nice little home, but it was still too small for my liking. And so he ended up just doing this up and renting it out. But yeah, it's quite lovely. It would have been more than enough for Keith. Even more than enough for him and Sienna. But yeah, that's just how things developed. And so I'm really not sure what is up with this, the plant issue. But I want to make myself another tea. So I'll be right back. So just give me like 5. So I've got some tea now. What is this? It's ginger, honey, and lemon tea from Twinings. And I'm gonna let that brew in front of me. It's too hot to drink right now, but I can't wait because all this talking, all this yapping, this warm tea really does me good. So I am still not sure why I can't click on certain things. I mean, it says that herbs would be glittering or sparkling, and none of them were. Who is this? She looks cool. Darlene Walsh. Okay. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it feels like kind of important that he gets herbs to actually work on his herbalism skill. But maybe instead we can buy herbs online or something like that. So I don't think he has a computer. He doesn't seem like the type that would. Let's see if we can order anything online. So I have quite a few mods, but I don't think I have anything like I have like a personal save file that's like chock full of mods. And then this save file has a reasonable amount of mods and no CC, like no custom hairs, no custom furniture, nothing like that. Just some essential mods that I can't live without, but I don't think I have anything that would give me an added shopping situation. So, because I know I have some mods that let me like shop anything on my other installation. But yeah, I might have to do it, how do you say, like on Valerian Root on a computer. But I don't know, it's sucky. We can visit, how about we visit the trading post center thing, having interact with some other sims, because I mean that's what I said also, that's kind of the point also of playing these different households, is to have them build relationships with each other, more than maybe I've already built in my mind between them, right? So I already have some ideas of the dynamics I want these sims to have with each other, and why, you know, because they're Enneagram personality types and just who they are and who they would vibe with and for which reasons and which reasons not. Why would they be harmonious with somebody and where would be their conflict points? But yeah, so I'm going to concentrate now on that. And while that's loading, I'll see if real quick I can find anything else about herbalism. Hmm. Let's see. So somebody said they tried mousing over and clicking on nearly every plant type in out. Do I have to go to the outdoors retreat forest for this? That can't be. I don't have to travel to Granite Falls to okay, you can jumpstart your herbology skill by reading the herbology books. So I'm just gonna pause real quick. So that by the time you find some herbal plants on vacation, okay, so he has to go to Granite Falls to get those plants. Okay, but we can. So it says reading the herbology books is good, so that you will be able to make more things with them once you find them. And then once you find them, be sure to plant some at home so you can easily find them, since it's kind of a treasure hunt to find them at Granite Falls. There's a hidden section in Granite Falls that leads to the old hermit's cabin where he or she will have a small garden with some of these plants. You might also be able to download some of these plants as rooms with just one plant in them so that you can have them in your game if you still can't find them in the wild at Granite Falls. Okay. So, okay. In that case, we might purchase some herbology books. Oh my god, this is so annoying. This stupid little pop-up. It always takes up so much space. But okay, so we're just going to see if we can purchase an herbology book at some point. I think I could do that from within a shelf. So we'll do that once we get back home. But isn't this lovely? So this is the Moonwood Trading Post, what I was telling you about. And here we have the different, so the stalls where vendors who want to sell their goods can sell. And then we have like a food stall where he could buy food if he wanted. Who's this guy? He's a bubble tea customer, Pranav, okay? Yeah, so officially this is one of those bubble tea thrift store venues, but I'm going to change it into, I think it was I'm not sure what type of lot I want to change it into, but something that's like a store so that Christopher can sell from it. And so this is like a place where you can buy baked goods. I don't know if you can currently, because maybe it needs to be manned by somebody. They're currently, oh, Devour, no. And then this is the like back room area that I'm going to turn into a like a artist workshop. I got that artist kit that launched a few months ago, and I haven't played with it yet because you know, my last year consisted mainly of working on creating the Sim Guardian, which I succeeded at, thankfully, and I'm so glad I have that now. But I didn't find time to really play much with my game apart from like stress testing the Sim Guardian. But now that I have time, I want to use that artist kit and turn this area into like an artist studio / photography studio where Leslie can hold her workshops. I think that'd be great. So I really want this lot overall to be like the place where the community comes together, where people meet up. And yeah, I think this will be like a hustle and bustling type of place. Kind of like when you're watching the series Friends or any of those other series where people come together. Like there's always this one coffee shop or this one place where they always like hang out, and I want this place to be that for this group of friends. So for Keith, for Luke, for Leslie, I want them to all like come together. Like, so Keith and Sienna, they live in Chestnut Ridge, right? And then we have Lucas and Christopher, they live in Moonwood Mill, and that's also where this lot is. And then we have Leslie with her roommates, they live in Strangerville. And then we have Nancy, who probably won't be part of the hangout crew, I would say, but she lives in Oasis Springs. And then there's, I think one other household. I think. Oh, yeah. Umber and Juniper. They're in Chestnut Ridge with Keith. And so for me, I want, like, as a region, them to come together through this common goal of raising 200K for that animal rescue center. But I also want them to have a place where they can hang out together, independent of where they all live. And I think, okay, but this place is a bit far up when you consider, because I have this map that I like to use. So I could actually show you it. I'll go onto my homepage. So I have it as one of my resources, one of my pinned resources. So in the Sim Guardian, I have a bunch of resources in general that I collect. But here are my pinned resources. And so this here is a map I found on Reddit. So it's brilliant. And it's like a Sims 4 world map. So I think I should be able to show it to you. Let's see if it shows it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So this is a brilliant map, and it's basically how I see the world at the moment. Like it's for me, there's so many great Sims 4 fan-made maps out there that like connect all the worlds in a sensible way to show like, okay, where are they in relation to each other? And I think it's great for storytelling because realistically, you wouldn't have a sim traveling like across the sim Earth to visit someone necessarily. And so I want to like know who's close to who and who's further away. Like what would be a vacation travel? What would be like a plane flight? What would be just a maybe a longer drive? What would be just a next door neighbor? And so Moonwood Mill, Strangerville, Chestnut Ridge, Oasis Springs, they are, so that's where all these households come from. And I see them as like the northwest region of the Sim Earth. And for me, it's logical that they would be together in some way because they're more or less close to each other on this map, right? So it makes sense. And Moonwood Mill is a bit far away from Oasis Springs, but like I said, Nancy's not really part of the crew anyways. And so the ones that are part of the crew, the like tight-knit people, they're close enough to Moonwood Mill that I can like rationalize in my mind that they would meet up. And so they're going to go to Moonwood Mill, to this trading post here to meet up whenever they have like maybe they want to collect to talk about the cause, like what's progress they're making and whatnot. But I just love this map. It was made by Strangest Sea. So you can just Google Strangest Sea Sims 4 map Reddit and you'll find it. It's like one of the top results and you can just download it. It's great. And I think she even sells it on Etsy if you want like a printable version. I actually printed this screenshot out and it worked fine for me. And it's just wonderful. Like I think it's great. And as you can see, it makes so sense for me. Like this is like the UK kind of, Hensford on Bagley. Forgotten Hollow is from Germany. Or no, wait, Windenbrook is from Germany, and then Forgotten Hollow is maybe another Eastern European country. And so for me, this is like Eastern Europe in my mind. Then we have, of course, Japan. We have here, for me, this is Croatia / Italy, Tortosa, Sulani. This is, of course, not one-to-one how our Earth is, but the way everything's grouped, also landscape-wise, it just makes a lot of sense to me. And it just helps me with my storytelling. And so that's why when it said he has to go to Granite Falls, like, I mean, I guess, so here it's Granite Falls, but Granite Falls takes up quite a lot of space, considering how, like, I don't remember it being that big of a world, but it is here adjacent to Moonwood Mill, so maybe it's not that far-fetched that he would go there for, like, a weekend trip. So I think he'll do that, and then he could collect those herbs and stuff like that. Like, but do you have to go on vacation to go to Granite Falls? I'm just going to check real quick. Like, I'm not actually going to go anywhere, but I'm going to see if he could travel to Granite Falls without actually going on a vacation. But I think he has to go on a vacation, doesn't he? I think so, and that's stupid. But let's see. I think, I bet you there's a mod. I bet you there's a mod for that, where I could, so that he doesn't have to travel. I'm just going to Google that one. I'm at it. Mod Sims 4 Granite Falls, not vacation. I think there was one that made it into a residential place, but let's see. Glimmerbrook. But Granite Falls is yeah, it's not a residential world, so he can't travel there. But I guess he could take a short vacation to Granite Falls. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I would prefer him to be able to just take a quick trip there. But I guess he could take a day vacation trip. That would also be okay. So that'll be the solution there. So let's close this again. Where is he? He looks like he's about to have a conversation with somebody. Who's that? Aziz. Why did we come here again? Oh yeah, I wanted him to talk to some people. Let's see if anybody from those households pop up. But I also want him to get to know a little lady. There's actually somebody who, so Keith went on his first date with Sienna a little while back. And when he was there was this Asian woman. I thought she was so pretty and so gorgeous. And I actually thought, okay, let's dump Sienna for her because I am so superficial when it comes to my Sims. I always want them to be with the cutest people. And yeah. But Sienna turned out to be absolutely perfect for Keith, and it was literally within minutes. I knew never ever, no matter how good looking the next sim is, Sienna is his one. And so I kept the Asian girl in the back of my mind. I thought, you know, I'll pair her up with somebody else then. I think her name was Chu or something like that. I don't quite remember. But I was having her in the back of my mind for Lucas. And so Keith knows Chu. He had spoken with her, so she's in his relationship panel. And I was actually thinking that Keith could like set up a blind date between Lucas and Chu, because Lucas and Keith are friends, but I haven't done that yet. And but in the meantime, like if Lucas runs into her on his own, I'd love to see if they're attracted to each other, if there's any like how do you say relationship, if the relationship dynamic is positive, if they're what is it called again? In the growing together, or no, the growing pains. What was it? The one where family stuff was brought in, some sort of dynamic was brought in. So the attractiveness, of course, was love struck, but there was a pack. Yeah, this relationship dynamic, the compatibility exactly. And I want to see if he's compatible. I want him to be compatible and obviously attracted to the Chu girl. And then I think that would be just great. But yeah, for him to meet her, he'd actually have to like be out in the open and not only at home, which I think is hard for him because I think he is a bit of a hermit himself. But I'll let him have some conversation with Aziz, get to know some of the people. I also have a mod installed that makes it to where only people within the region actually come. Oh, so depending on where Chu lives, she might actually not pop up. Because when I was doing that first date with Keith and Sienna, and Keith had run into her on one of the lots of Moonwood Mill, that was before I had installed that mod. So I actually don't know if she is from Moonwood Mill, if she would organically pop up. But wait, who is that? Bjorn. He doesn't live in Moonwood Mill. Is that mod not working? I don't know, but okay, well, maybe Chu will pop up based on who I'm seeing here. But are there any books here? Because then maybe he could already work on that skill, right? No, devour. This looks like a place where you should be able to find books. I mean, there's shelves everywhere. Look up historical deaths. Why not? Let's do that. That sounds like fun. Heath Fox, congrats on landing that sweet job. I think this is going to be great for you. Why, thank you, Keith. Always got my back. Oh, Stranger Danger from Loner Tree. They can't stand to be around strangers. Yeah. Smooth sipping. Okay, he drank something nice. Oh, he has to go to the bathroom. I guess we'll do that soon. But did he look up historical deaths? Maybe he wasn't able to, because yeah, I don't know how play tested this lot has been. Everything looks like it might be out of reach. Oh, who's this guy? He looks cool. But let's see if we can find a shelf that isn't blocked off by stuff. Oh, this one looks... What is this? No, it's just a drawer. I think I'll just go back home. And then, because he's feeling tense. He's not liking being around all these people. And I think, you know how it is in Sims 4. Like, a certain amount of Sims spawn on a lot, and that's about it. And I think we're at max capacity already. I've seen, like, yeah, 4 or 5 Sims. I don't think Chu will be coming. So we can... Ooh, who's that? That's a cool hat. So I'll let him go home, because I think he had a shelf at home. And so maybe at his place... Oh, look, there are more Sims popping up. Who is this? Wait, what does that say? Fashion enthusiast, Sydney Price. Okay. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh no. We have this weird fashion browser, Marilyn Waddle. Oh, I bet you they're wearing some sort of weird, trendy items. Oh god. Well, let's get out of here. Let's speed this up. Do, 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 do. This takes a while to load. You should see how long it takes for me to load my actual main save. Oh my god. I literally, it's like 10 minutes. But okay. Oh, he still has to go to the bathroom. Let's see. Let's just do that real quick. While he's using the bathroom, I'm gonna check out his digs for a shelf, a reachable shelf. That does not look like he'll be able to get anything out of it. Gosh darn it. Does this count as a shelf? No. We can try this, but I don't think it's gonna work. Skills. Let's go for herbalism. Well, but he already has level 5 herbalism. Maybe they're like higher herbalism. Let's go for herbalism 3. Oh, that's quite expensive. But while we're doing that, let's log that actually that he purchased that. It was 250. Herbalism. I can't spell. And it was for 250. And what category? I'll just say product purchase. And I would say it's a loss for his herbalism skill. Right? Because it's an investment in that herbalism skill. So that's a loss. And since this is like a net loss that he's made financially, at least for that skill so far, we can see that here. And so if he earns money from creating concoctions and he adds that to the skill, like connects it to the achievement, we'll see that here. And so it'll hopefully, in the end, he'll be making a net profit, or at least not a loss. But I mean, sometimes if you have a hobby like The Sims, you're going to be making a net loss. But the net gain for The Sims is, of course, the happiness that we feel and that it brings us. So it's worth it. But yeah, financially, yeah, we're not gaining a lot by buying these games. More like loss. But it is what it is. So yeah, he's purchased the book. So I'm going to let him finish using the restroom. I imagine the book will not be in his inventory yet. It'll be in the shelf. So let's just hope he can actually get the book from the shelf. I'm actually going to go to him and then, because if he says, oh, can't go because it's like routing error, I'll see him yap about that and then I'll know that that was the issue. Yeah, okay. Too bad. I think there was a pack that came out that let us have books as like little things like that. And so maybe I can get something like that. And then I'll just put like books here and that'll be like clickable like a shelf. Oh yeah, I got that back. I couldn't help myself. I'm a sucker when it comes to build buy mode, and I must say, I really feel like the team has really, really upped their game when it comes to build buy mode. Like, I feel like it's the difference of night and day. Like, if you look at the, because it's really hard for me to play the game vanilla with no build by CC. And I know why now. I feel like it feels like playing Playmobil House. It feels like everything's a bit too big, a bit too blocky, not modern. Like, at least the beginning packs. They weren't very cool looking, not sleek, and like, CC built by CC just has a look to it, a finesse, even if it's not trying to be modern. I feel like built by CC, the colors are better, everything just looks, it fits better. It's way easier to furnish a house with built by CC, and I know this because I've tried it in this vanilla game, and it is hard. But I feel like, I feel like this here, these pieces, I mean, it's no surprise it was made by a custom content creator, but they really reflect what I love about custom content made by creators. It's It's just another level. It really is. And yeah, so if you just look at like the colors, they're a lot more like you get this grass green in The Sims and in what creators give you like a more modern green, like a forest green, or what is this? A sage green, like really nice colors. A salmon pink instead of like just a plain pink. You get really rich colors like a mauve purple instead of like just a plain old purple. Like you get really good colors that look modern and are really easy to pair with. But I do feel like packs have gotten better with time. Like for example, I like these color combinations. I think those are very nice. I think the game has been improving with its built by mode content, and not just in its kits, also in the packs. I feel like they've gotten a lot better for sure. They're less blocky and less bulky. They're a lot less like kids playhouse looking ish, if that makes any sense. But let's get back to where we're going. So we want to look for storage for books. Let's see if we can find anything a bit more compact, and we have stuff that's compact. Let's see if we can find anything that would fit his decor. So scooch that over. Maybe this would fit. And actually, I can keep this in the middle. Perfect. So now I can take some books out of that. Oh, but that cost me money just now. But I didn't. Oh, but you know what? I can just go back into build by mode. And I can check. How much did that cost? 195. Okay, so I will take that. Minus 195. Books or book storage, I'll say. And I will call this product purchase. I mean, technically it's kind of a renovation because it's being put to the home and it will actually make the home worth more. But I'll just put product purchase. That's fine. It's not a biggie. And then I will take that away. And now this should match. Yeah. His household funds match again. It's perfect. I like to keep track of that. I'm very, I really love keeping track of things. And I don't know if it's OCD. I don't know what it is. But I love organizing. I love keeping track. I love logging. Not in real life, but in The Sims, I can't get enough of it. So I like to do that. And now let's try to read that herbalism book. Oh, he has quite a lot of other books as well. So let's do that. I wonder, like, I hope it will up his skill because he's at skill level 5 right now. And I think certain volumes are only make sense for certain levels of skills. Yeah, I don't see the skill bar on top of his head. Oh, come on now. Did we spend 250 for nothing? Like, if it's not gonna increase his skill, yeah, maybe he's already, maybe a volume 3 is for skill level 3. And at a certain point, you can only increase the skill then with actually doing herbalism, which makes sense. He's almost finished. Crazy. Yeah, so in that case, we're going to plan a trip to Granite Falls. There's no pushing around it. Why not? We can actually go to Granite Falls today. There's nothing stopping us. Maybe have a day trip, be there for Sunday, and then come back on Monday. Monday is when we start work, though, isn't it? When do we start work? In 19 hours. Yeah, so he had a day off today. Today would have been a good day to go to Granite Falls. And Keith was so happy that we found a job, so I kind of feel bad if we were to quit now. But he does have a lot of cash on hand. I mean, he could afford to not have a job for a while and just go all in with herbalism. Keith would understand. Well, let's see how much we can get done at Granite Falls if we just go right now, and maybe we'll come back in time for him to go to work. I do not know, but let's see. How does this work? Oh, actually, I'm gonna just save real quick because I'm scared. Let's save. Okay, now we've saved. Now if anything goes wrong when we're traveling, I don't have to worry about any progress being lost. Not that we made a bunch of progress, but still, take a vacation. Does he want to bring anybody with him? I don't think so. I mean, I guess we could bring Keith with us, but I mean, he wants to focus on, it's all about his herbalism skill, and he actually just wants to be quick in and out, maybe even be back in time for work, so I think we're going to leave. It's not going to be a buddy thing yet, but Keith does plan on going on a snowboarding trip, I think it was, with Lucas soon, so that'll be cool. I actually have some goals here collected for Lucas. What do we have here? So just close off the achievements one. Yeah, so he has, he needs to read 3 werewolf books and experience a full moons. That's for his aspiration, to fulfill that. Yeah, I think they were all milestone 1 level aspirations. So yeah, once he's fulfilled those 2, his aspiration will be fulfilled. And of course we have the animal rescue cause. And so we have Granite Falls, Salvadorada, and Batu, but we want to go to Granite Falls. And we're going to go, oh man, I forgot. Okay, we have to rent something out. So considering he might want to live off of his savings, if he quits that job, we want to go somewhere a bit affordable. So 365 per day. This sounds reasonable. 150 per day. What's this? 356 per day. We're gonna go for this here. For 1 day. Yeah, 1 day should be enough. And it's also not so expensive. Waiting for it to load. You know, it's in these moments where streaming background music would be good, but sometimes I'm too, like I have a collection of songs I like to use for these things. But if you know what's in the background of getting all this set up, it's like, don't want the hassle. And also, I don't want it to drown out my voice in the background. Sometimes I find music can be a bit overwhelming. So instead I'll just jingle when we're waiting. But these are some cool cats. I especially like this dude. Conspiracy theorist, Philip Batchelor. I think he looks so cool. Look, he even has freckles. Wait. Why do his eyes look like that? Wait. I just now realized. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is my default skin not loaded? And my defaults? Like my eye defaults? Oh my god. Oh. I didn't even notice because I have quite max match defaults, but they make a big difference. This guy looks really cute though. Okay, so I'm gonna save real quick because this ain't happening. I need because what if I want to take screenshots? I don't want to have to restart and all that though. I don't want to put you guys through that. But I do want to figure out real quick if they're, because I did do an update a little while ago. Maybe they're yeah. Damn it. Gosh darn it. Oh no. Oh my gosh. That explains why people from different regions were oh no. And I saved. Oh no. I hope that doesn't ruin all the progress I had with mods. Let me go open my mods folder up real quick. Does that mean that any like let me check real quick, because you know how it is. Like you have certain mods like with traits and whatnot, and if you save maybe without the mod being active anymore, it might overwrite some progress. Let me see. I have cookbook, more columns, UI sheets, soap making, harvestables, wonderful whims, lot 51 core library, no blue, blah blah blah. SimCity loans, that might be an issue. Keep Sims in home region, MC command. blah, 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 blah. So I think I should be fine for the saving. It might have taken away any accounts I had set up for my Sims, but that's not a big deal. I can reapply those accounts. And when I'm looking at my default overrides, yeah, I guess I can survive this session without having them on. But then I'll definitely reactivate them for when I play again. So I'll enable them. It needs to be restarted. So I'll just have that applied. That way I can't forget it. And then I should be fine. Okay. Whew. I mean, they don't look that bad actually with vanilla skin. I didn't realize, and I was wondering because I was seeing people on that lot on the Moonwood trading post, and I was like, they don't belong here, and that makes sense now why that was the case. But okay, maybe those mods aren't as essential as I thought they were. I don't know, but let's continue. So now let's get acquainted with the lot first. Well, no, actually, first I want to get acquainted with this guy because I think he's cool and I want us to know him. Oh no! Where'd he go? Great. Great. Where'd he go? Gosh darn it. Something Batchley was his name. Well, I will find him again. But I guess in that case, we will get acquainted with his new home for a day. A little trailer. Look inside. It looks nice. It looks quite nice. Who's this guy? Weathering gums. Okay, well, let's get right to it and look for some herbs. And I recall when I was Googling what was wrong and everything like that, that certain herbs are regional, so he might not actually be able to find everything that is ever like available as an herb right off the bat, but I'm happy with just finding something. So let's see. So basically you just have to scour the floor in search of anything sparkly, I guess. That could be an herb. Let's open this up of tea real quick. Oh man. Not looking good. We paid $250 for an herbalism book we didn't need. We paid $150 for a one-day stay in a place that doesn't seem to have anything that we're looking for. I hope I didn't mess up by saving without the mods activated, but I should be fine. Oh, look, a little fishing spot. Why not? Let's just go fishing so that he can do something in the meantime while I'm on the search. Look, but no, that's a stone or a rock. But he can collect that nonetheless. Looks like little fireflies. Does it continue going up here? Ooh, look, it's getting like hazy. Ooh, what's up here? Nothing. It doesn't a hermit live here somewhere? And it said that his garden is a place where I could find also herbs. So we could figure out maybe how to get to the hermit. How to visit him or her. There's another lovely fishing spot. Ooh, wait. What's this? Oh, it looks like something. It's a wild plant. Okay. Let's harvest all. Oh, wait, no. Take cutting, and then he can graft, and then harvest all. So I want him to stop fishing and do all that. So I need to look for like little bush-like things. And what's this? I'm not interested in frogs. This is a nice little lookout. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I'm gonna take some photos. This game. I hate how the lighting changes when I press tab. I prefer it. Oh well. Maybe if I go like this, then press tab, and then go slowly forward, it'll give me that lighting that we had just now. But isn't this a lovely view? It's gorgeous. This game is really gorgeous. I mean, 10 times more gorgeous if you have a, oh, do you see those birds? 10 times more gorgeous if you have a G-shade installed. Trees look a bit blurry, but I'll take a picture nonetheless. So pretty. Oh, look, what are those little ducks? Ah, that's cute. I want a photo of that. Oh, gorgeous. Ah. Oh, Jeffrey is here. He just now identified a fish, and Lucas caught his first minnow. Nice. This place is gorgeous. But yeah, let's get back to the task at hand. Finding some herbs. Look at that. It's a little woodpecker. That's cute. Oh, there looks like we have another plant. We'll take a cutting of that, and then we will harvest. Everything I see so far. And oh no, wait, I don't think we found this one yet. Autumn season. Okay. What about this one? Basil, that's an herb. So we will harvest all. Oh, look, all of a sudden I'm finding them. That's great. What's this? Oh, his queue is full. Let's speed things up then. I might also just Google how to get to the hermit. Yeah, I'll Google that real quick while he's doing that. So it says the best way to reach the hidden area is to first go to Granite Falls, the Granite Forest National Park, and use the cabin there to find the right direction. So I'm clicking on an article that has a photo that points me in the right direction. So let's see. Oh no, and it's getting dark as well, so I'm just gonna pause. Oh, so gorgeous, this little lot. Isn't this cute? I downloaded it also from the gallery. And why is everybody all up in his place? Oh, well. It's not really something he'd like as a introvert, you know? But okay. So it says, let's first go to the Granite Forest National Park and use the cabin there to find the right direction. So I guess isn't all of this the national park? But okay, we're looking for a cabin with like a tower in the photo. So I'm looking for something that looks like the photo. What is this? Oh, this is lovely. Oh. Well, this is nice. Okay, but let's concentrate. So I'm looking for a cabin. But nothing really looks like what looks like in the photo. Maybe it's this? Possibly. Gosh darn it. Oh, there's a waterfall scenery in the distance from the thing. Is it where we just were? Well, there wasn't a waterfall. Maybe from here, because this looks like a stream. So I'm looking for something that looks like a cave. Damn, they really made it hard with this one. But let's just continue. Let's let him do that in the background. And then if we don't find it immediately, we're here for a full day. So, I mean, it'd be a bit awkward anyways to knock on the hermit's door at 10 o'clock at night, right? You'd be like, what is this? This is weird. And Kenny kick everybody out because this is ridiculous. The problem is I think this doesn't have a proper door. So it might be tricky for him. Because he can't really close that door. But can I build? No, I can't build in this situation to fix this situation. Well, at least we've got some herbs. That was the whole point, right? Maybe we can just go right back home. But I mean, it'd be nice to see the hermit because he's going to have more herbs. Maybe once he's done collecting, he can eat some food and then go to bed. Maybe he can have something quick. No microwave. Oh, some cold cuts. And then he'll go to sleep. If that's even possible. Bunk down? What does that even mean? Can he sleep? Oh no. Is it the playtest issue? Is it not accessible? Why is he very angry? Oh no. Let's see. Loud noises. Yeah, well, unfortunately 150 simoleons meant you don't get a door. So for some reason this bunk down means sleep. But it seems to have relations to that Pirate Day thing. So it doesn't sound like he'd be able to sleep on this thing. Is there another place where he can sleep? I mean, he's a werewolf. Maybe he can, like, sleep on the ground somewhere. I've seen my other werewolf do it before. Wolf nap. Let's take wolf nap. Shout forbidden words. Oh. Oh, poor guy. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lucas. Oh man. He rented out a place for 150. That turned out to be the home for everybody else too. Oh man, and the bed doesn't work. Can't sleep on it. Mm. Poor Lucas. And he's hungry still. I guess we can try to get those cold cuts once he gets back up. Okay. Oh, now they leave. At like nearly 2 a.m. The 3 a.m. they leave. We're never invited over in the first place. Now he can. Why is it that he wasn't able to properly sleep before? That's so weird. I don't know what was wrong there. I thought it was just because the bed wasn't placed right or something like that, but or blocked, but it was possible. Maybe bunk down was synonym for sleep? I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. You best get your ass up out of that bed. Poor guy. It's a hard life. She's cute. What's her name? Bernice Robles. I like her hat. Maybe somebody he could potentially, get to know. Just gonna sneak in a real quick friendly introduction. Mourn the dead. It's Pin Nose. I think she's cute. Oh, why is everybody here all of a sudden? Why? So he's gonna stop sleeping. He's going to introduce himself. And then I think he's gonna have to bounce because he's already tense from all these darn people. Oh, look at that muscle. Oh, Lucas, I didn't realize. Looking good. So did he not meet Bernice? What does he think of her? Oh, okay. I guess she's already involved with somebody else, with Ian. Too bad. Yeah, they're married. Good compatibility. Neutral. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be Bernice. It wasn't meant to be. But he, on the other hand, wants to leave. He needs to figure out the situation with that hermit. Let's have him light a fire. Maybe play. Maybe that'll like help him with his spirits. Man, once it gets light, it might be easier for me to find that cabin, the access to the hermit. I mean, it's almost 5, so I guess it'll get light soon. I think I know what the issue is. So I think Analea swapped out all of these cabins so nothing looks like it did in the vanilla game, so when it first came out. So I actually have no landmark to use to figure out where, to check. But let me just try to see from it's hard to say. Who's that? I'm gonna have to find some different instructions because that's not gonna help me at all. Everybody's showing the same darn So I should see a waterfall in the background, in the distance. If you're wondering why it looks so gorgeous right now in the game, it is because I'm using the sun blind lighting mod, and it's brilliant, and it's why my game, on top of course the G shade that I'm using, it's why my game looks so beautiful. So nice. So while the sun is coming up, I'll take this opportunity to look yonder into the distance and see if I can find this waterfall that is supposedly in line with the bramble patch, where I should be able to find the hermit thing. Just trees. Trying to be systematic about this. I'm trying to go about like from the edge of the world. So far, I'm not seeing anything. I must be doing something wrong. Is there another place you can travel to within? Maybe. Let's see if there's another place you can travel to within this place. Like if there's a sub-neighborhood or something like that. Well, yeah, this must be the national park. No wonder I wasn't finding it, because I think he could probably only see all this here. And this is where the waterfall's going to be. Duh. Well, better late than never. And I got a good view of the rest of where he was staying, so found some herbs. I'm really curious about the hermit. Do I have any notes about Lucas? No, no notes yet. Okay, now we're at that park. Let's just pause real quick, get our bearings. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is absolutely lovely. I can see a wedding happening here even. It's quite nice. Is this somebody? No, this is not a home. There's like a receptionist desk. What does it look like when all the walls are up? That looks nice. Okay, but here, if I look yonder, if I see a waterfall. Oh, well, let me bring back that tab I had with the instructions. And then I should be able to find it. No, I feel like I'm wrong now. I don't know, because now I'm way closer to the waterfall than they are in this picture. Oh, darn it. Well, let's just scope things out. Maybe here we'll find also more herbs and stuff, and because that's still the goal. And they all say that Sims 4 is too easy. No, it's not. Well, in some aspects it is, but when at the beginning of the game they were making things tricky. Where is? I've never had, like, in Moonwood Mills, it's so easy to find everything. In here, it's not. Oh, this reminds me of the vacation I took last year to Menorca. We went hiking a lot, like a lot, like every day. Like we would be out for like 5 to more hours just walking through all sorts of landscapes, like along beaches, like coastlines. We walked through foresty areas. Such a great, beautiful, like diverse landscape over there. But yeah, some of this reminds me of that now. I just remember it was so hot. It was so hot. But I was grateful for when we were in these wooded areas because it was just a tad bit cooler. Gave it some respite from the glaring sun as well because it was quite warm. We went in May or June, beginning of June, and already it was like picking up with the heat over there. But it was so gorgeous. Well, I'm not finding anything right now. And we've been online for a while, so I think I'm going to wrap up the stream now. And I'll come back then with my mods activated, so my Sims don't look dusty anymore. Though I must say the vanilla didn't look as bad as I have in my memory. And I would have found out everything with, or maybe we'll continue with the hermit when I come back. But I definitely going to have to reactivate my mods and do some more research about this herbalism stuff so that I'm not like on the internet the whole time trying to research things. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And definitely subscribe if you haven't yet, so that you don't miss out on any future streams or content that I publish. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay sentimental.